Welcome to my channel, welcome to my video. Well, in today's video, I'm here at Pata Beach, Phuket, Thailand, and I'm actually up here at the northern end right here, and you can see this right here. This is what I love about the north end, because it has the long-tail boats on it, and you got a shot of the island right there. And this is just after sunrise right now. But that's not what this video is actually all about right here. This video is actually about my 5 reasons why I traveled from Phuket to Cambodia and then back to Phuket again. And I thought I'd share those with you on this video to kind of give you a little insight on how I actually got to Cambodia and the reasons why I went there. Well, I'll start out with a quick synopsis of what I actually did. I actually spent 14 days over there in Cambodia, and I was there at a place called Siem Reap, which is, I believe, northwest of Cambodia. And I chose that location because of the historical background of it, and I really wanted to start there. I'd never been to Cambodia before, so I decided to go there. And it was a really good choice. So that's kind of like a little itinerary synopsis of what I actually did. So, 5 reasons why I traveled from Phuket to Cambodia and back to Phuket again. So let's start out with reason number 1. Reason number 1 is it's so easy to fly through from Phuket to Cambodia using what you call fly-through, and that involves using AirAsia, and I'm not sure if it works on the other airlines or not. I'd have to actually look that up. But it made it really, really convenient because all I had to do was do my immigration checks there in Phuket, and then when I got to Bangkok, I followed the red fly-through sign to my gate to Siem Reap, Cambodia, and it made a very easy process getting through, no hassle, no waiting in long lines in Bangkok. So I thought that was really awesome as far as, you know, a process that hassle-free, I call it. And AirAsia is a relatively inexpensive airline, so I thought that was pretty cool. Got a motorcycle coming right there. Anyway, reason number 2 is really easy. When I arrived in Cambodia, the visa process was relatively very simple. Now at the time it cost $35 US, which I don't believe it's actually changed at all. And you'll have to look that up. Obviously, if you plan on going to Cambodia, I would look that up to make sure. And another key point as far as that's concerned is make sure you have US dollars when you go, because they only take US dollars, and you really have to have like some small bills, you know, just to pay for the visa once upon arrival. Now what I did notice there were some folks there that did not have the US dollars, so they had to be escorted out to a ATM machine there in the airport to get the funds. But anyway, the process was very simple. I paid for my visa. It's kind of like working in a station. They moved me from one station to the next station where they paid the visa. Then they came over, they put the visa in my passport. Then I went to the 3rd station, which is obviously the stamping of the passport. And I was on my merry way. This is absolutely beautiful right here. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Well, reason number 3 is relatively inexpensive lodging or hotel. And that's, you know, that's kind of like choice on where you actually want to stay. Now, Siem Reap, you know, if you look at the background of it, it's relatively inexpensive as far as lodging is concerned, and you can find some really good lodging at very reasonable, cheap price, depending on where you want to stay. Now, I elected to kind of stay roughly right on the outskirts of town due to the fact that I thought that would be a better idea, kind of get away from everything and kind of be like on the outside. So I chose that. It ran me about $50 US a night, and I was pretty happy with that. Plus, I decided to get the poolside, so that was pretty cool. Poolside, outskirts, maybe 20 minutes into the main town sector, but a little bit closer to the actual historical temples where I really wanted to see. So it's kind of like half and half. I mean, it worked out really well. So if you want to do that, you can find some, really good stuff there, and you can find where you want to stay at, depending on what your budget is. And you can find stuff as low as $15 a night. Another shot of beautiful North Coron Beach right here. Not Coron, excuse me, Cotta Beach. I was just at Coron yesterday. That's an error right there. I've seen so many beaches. So North Cotta Beach, not Coron. Well, my fourth reason why I traveled from Phuket to Cambodia and back to Phuket again is actually, transportation costs there are relatively inexpensive. Meaning that what I did, now you can rent the motorcycle, you can rent the car, they have tuk-tuks, and that's what I elected to do. Is I actually had a tuk-tuk, and I was really lucky because at the hotel that I was at, I ran into a really good tuk-tuk driver. His name is Mr. Kim, and I used him the whole time that I was there. Check this out right here. Beautiful north end. Love it. Cotta Beach. So using Mr. Kim, he took me all over Siem Reap, and I used him every day, got his phone number. Very easy to get in contact with. I knew I wasn't going to get jacked around as far as transportation costs were, and it worked out really well. And if you read some of the stories about tuk-tuk drivers, you'll understand that, where if you do get a good driver, stick with them, because you don't have to haggle with the driver every time you want to leave somewhere. So that worked out really well. Wherever he took me, he just kind of hung out, waited for me, and I was on my merry way. And as far as like transportation expenses there, it probably ran me about $100 US the entire time I was there. Another shot of North Cotta Beach right here on a beautiful morning here on the 1st of April. Really nice right here. I love these longtail boats. Well, the fifth reason why I traveled from Phuket to Cambodia and then back to Phuket again is I really wanted to see the Angkor Thom, which is a historical temple area there in Cambodia up in Siem Reap. And the first day that I arrived there, or the second day, I actually got myself an early sunrise visit to the Angkor Wat, which is one of the most beautiful sunrises you can go to in Cambodia. And at the same time, I actually got to go through that temple that day. So that was a long day, going from the sunrise in Angkor Wat to the actual temple visit that day. Another shot right here. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now what I did on that day is I actually hired what you call a English translator, and he knew the history of the temples inside and out. Hands down, the best thing I did. And I hired him. It cost me $60 US that day, and I just wanted him for the first day, and he gave me a lot of good insight on the history of the temples, and it was really enlightening to hear that. So I thought that was good. That was probably my most expensive day right there, but it was worth it. And if you really want to know about that, those guys are there all over. They speak almost every single language you can imagine, or they have, other linguists there. So that worked out really well. Another shot right here. Oh, I just love this beach. Right at sunrise. So actually, well, sunrise has actually been a while, but got some early morning swimmers right there. So it all worked out. That was my number one reason. Then I spent the rest of the week there. Now, the pass that I got also cost me $65 US, but it was a 3-day pass. So I was able to see almost all the temples on that historical site of the Angkor Thom area, and that worked out really well. And then after I visited the temples, I did a lot of exploring around Siem Reap. And you can see those in those videos that I have. If you want to see the actual sunrise of the Angkor Wat, I got that up there. And it's really cool. So that is the 5 reasons why I traveled from Phuket to Cambodia and then back to Phuket again. And obviously, using the fly-through, it was very easy to come back to Phuket. I flew from Siem Reap Airport to Bangkok, did the fly-through, didn't have to wait in that long Bangkok line. There was another line that actually checked your passport and moved to the gate heading to Phuket. So that worked out really well. So this is the end of this video right here, and thank you so much for following along, and I look forward to making some new videos here in Phuket until I find out where I'm gonna head off next. But it's really been an enlightening trip there to Cambodia, and I would not hesitate to do it again, which I plan on doing. I made a lot of new friends there and hope to try some new areas, maybe move on down south there in South Cambodia near Phnom Penh area and see what that is like. But on this trip I focused mainly on Siem Reap area, and that worked out really well. So again, thank you very much. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. I make a lot of videos. I almost make them daily out here now. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. So see you in my next videos. Last shot of beautiful Kata Beach, and it is an awesome day.